Hi there, this is Saul. Welcome at Ultimate Peak Transformation, where we help people create a life that matters and a legacy so that they can impact and be the leader of change that they are meant to be. So, welcome. Today's topic, I'm really excited because I'm going to just give homage to one of a pioneer and one of a leader in the self-help industry in spirituality. It's Dr. Wayne Dyer. I'm sure you heard about him. But the reason I want to share that topic today with you is he wrote a book that impacted my life in 2004. And the book is called The Power of Intention. Learn to co-create your world your way. And, I remember, I was just finishing university and I was just trying to find my way. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And, I was still doing athletics. So this book really helped me settle and kind of, get my feet down and kind of do a lot of things that move me forward. So I'm really grateful to Dr. Wayne Dyer. And I'm sure, if you haven't read the book, I highly recommend it. And it's an amazing book that impacted and changed a lot of people, millions. But really, what I want to talk about today is that topic that lies to the number one reason why most people fail. Again, learn how to avoid the number one reason why most people fail and how to avoid it. And it's all related to intention, right? And I'm going to repeat it. One of the number one reason why people don't get what they want, guess what? What it is? Yes, the number one reason people don't get what they want is because, simply blank, they don't know what they want. Simply blank, they don't know what they want. So why is that related to a power of intention? Because when we intend, we know our mind is locked to what we want. Makes sense? And that's very important. And I shared, earlier video how instead of using the word I hope, I want, we need to use the word I intend, right? And if you look in a Webster dictionary, the word to intend means to commit and it's a mental state that involves a commitment to carry out an action. Makes sense? So it's a mental state that involves commitment, right, to carry out an action. Right. So there is a huge difference between that. I think I used to confuse that myself, and don't get me wrong. There is a slight difference, but that makes a huge difference, right? It's being intentional, right, and to intend. Am I making sense? So being intentional really has that passive connotation, right? While to intend, it's a vigor, active mental state, right? That creates a commitment to carry out an action. And I want to repeat that's very important. Why is that? Because when we intend, there is something in our brain called the reticular activating system, or else called RAS, right? The RAS. It's called reticular activating system. But what that does, it's part of our brain, and this has been proven, right? It's part of that brain that kind of see everywhere what we're intending to carry out that day, right? So ask yourself, if you don't know, the easiest question is, what will I love, right? What will I love in my career today or tomorrow? What will I love in my health? What will I love in my relationship? What will I love? What will I love? What you're doing there, you're talking to your soul right here when you say that. So what will I love is a great question to ask yourself, to elevate yourself so you can go into an intentional mode, right? So when you in the space of intending, you're putting everything around yourself. So during a day, right? So if you intending to eat healthy, right? During a day, you'll see healthier meals that have always been there, but it's because you intended, you lock it in your reticular activating system, right? So the power of intention is very important. So, I'm really glad because I read that book, 11 years ago, and I didn't read about the RAS and all that stuff, and I don't think it wasn't that popular yet. But now there's science and study that says that. So it's very important, right? So ask yourself, what are you intending, right? And then one last thing I just want to add is, relative to us, the power to intend, but it even carries out further, because the world doesn't exist. We're not alone by ourselves, right? So we gotta add people. Makes sense, right? So the power of intention even takes you to a next level if you understand that all of us, all human beings, we all have positive intent, right? So we all have positive intent. Why? Because regardless, we all have positive intent to survive, right? Now, it might not be ecological, but that you might argue. So if you give people the credit of having positive intent, and you in the morning waking up and making sure that you intend everything you do, I promise you, you're way ahead, right? So that's what I want to share with you, and and really in homage of our spiritual and self-help, great Wayne Dyer that really impacted a lot of people. I'm sure he's in a great place right now, and I just want to share that with you. Hope this kind of reminds you, and take care, and I'll see you next week. You're going to love what I'm going to discuss next week, and talk to you soon. Cheers.